time. All right, we are taking a multiple choice practice test. It's 13 questions, 1 minute per question. So if you are working at home, time yourself and give yourself 13 minutes. And stuff. So here we go. Mark the right answers in case you want to do test corrections. So number 1 is C, as in common. Number 2 is E, as in everything. All right, number 3 is B as in beautiful. Number 4 is C as in collectively. Number 5 is D as in dangerous. Number 6 is E as in elephant. Number 7 is E, as in I can't think of one. 8 is A as in amplified. 9 is B as in bountiful. 10 is B as in butthead. 11 is C as in cacophony. 12 is E as in accept. And 13, accept is not a great one for that. 13 is D as in duh. Just kidding, it wasn't a duh. All right, how did we do on this one? Let's see what we need to do to get 60%. Okay, so if you're at the 60% range, you're going to be in like a score of like an 8 or above. Who is 8 or above on this one? Oh, awesome. Okay, good. So that's, you're in good shape. That's for like the end of the year, right? If you're not there yet, that's okay. So on Skyward though, it is out of 13. So if you want to do test corrections for that, then you'll just keep this and take it home to do test corrections, or do them right now. Or if you want to just go ahead and turn that in, make sure your name is on it and staple it and put it in the box for me. Did you have any questions that you would like to talk about with these? We could. All right, then for the rest of class, you've got another half hour. I want you to get started on those Emily Dickinson essays. Is anyone finished with their Emily Dickinson essay? No, of course not. That would be absurd, right? Okay, so I want you to work on those. So I want to just clarify what you're doing with these. So you're choosing one word from the Emily Dickinson poem, right? And it can be any word in Because I Could Not Stop for Death. I want to be clear about that. It's not from the Fly one. It's from Because I Could Not Stop for Death. Any word in that poem, and you are going to analyze that word to death. And you are going to feel like you are stretching some of the analysis. Like some of it is going to feel like Emily Dickinson could not possibly have intended this and she wouldn't have intended it, but you're trying to pull all of the meaning that you can out of that word. So you're thinking about how that word sounds when you speak it out loud. You're thinking about how that word looks on a page. You're thinking about how that word is stressed or unstressed. You are thinking about denotations and also connotations. So if there are connotations that are common for this word, ways that you have seen this word used before or in other, other writing or anything like that, you could talk about that. You could talk about where it sits in the line itself. And ultimately, your goal is to show how this word is contributing to the theme of the poem. So you're still connecting it to theme, but all you're focusing on is this one word. That doesn't mean you can't refer to other things that happen in the poem, but you're doing that by focusing on the one. So I had last class was like, how far can we take this? And my example that I thought was kind of brilliant was about the word eternity. And you know how eternity has that T in it that's like a little cross? You could make something of that and talk about Catholicism and the word eternity and take it so far. So like, obviously that would be a stretch. It's not all going to be good analysis in terms of like what you'd include in a real paper, but it's a practice exercise to get you to do that stretch. So are there any questions about that? Do you have your Chromebooks today? Awesome. Okay, good. So this is good work time. I'm hoping you get a good start so that it won't be as daunting for you over the weekend. And Audrey, your timed essay didn't go through on campus.
I fell asleep while I was writing it.
Oh. Do you have some of it? Was it in your Google Docs? No. Okay, so that's something you're making up.
I got like 2 sentences and then the lights went out. And then there was like, just like, I woke